Hi everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And really appreciate your time because it's difficult to take out the time over the weekends. But I'm sure today you will have a lot of learning from today's session. And I'm personally very excited about today's session because that's my favorite topic or the area nowadays. So, welcome to the session. This is our fifth session on this initiative of ERP Mentorship and AMA, which is Ask Me Anything. And today we are going to have a session with Ragnar. But before we start, quick housekeeping, right? So, session is being recorded. It will be uploaded on YouTube channel. If you don't want to get recorded, please feel free to take your decision on that and make more interactive, ask question. That's the whole objective of this initiative that we would like to hear from you, try to help you out for your questions. Add questions to the chat if you can't come on the camera or you can't unmute yourself. And let's be on camera if possible. That's what I would like to have this session more interactive, know each other. We can see each other, right? So that's the bit of housekeeping. Some disclaimer on this. Whatever the views or the information which we share here, it's our personal opinion, like mine or my guest speakers, right? It does not relate to our organization. And today, coincidentally, we both work for Microsoft. So do not take that Microsoft official statement or something. It's both of us are like personal views and the experience which we are sharing with all of you. Quick overview about the agenda today. So we are just doing the introduction and recap. We have the expert topic. As you know, in this session, monthly session, we have three key segments. One is the expert topic. Second is the topic of the day, which I generally talk about. And then we have the open forum and also go through some of the pre-submitted questions which you guys have submitted through the registration process. So that's the kind of a structure of this entire session if you are new to the session. And today's session is about the expert topic is about AI-driven ERP, how the ERP, AI ERP, and the Copilot ecosystem is changing the way it is working today or it is going to work in future. Topic of the day was it is like tools which you should know as a Dynamics 365 consultant. One other thing which I'm thinking today, since we have a very good topic today, so we might skip the topic of the day today and we take it up in the next month session because I want to focus on today's session more and see how and make it more interactive, right? So and I also don't want to go over the time. I want to control within the time frame because you all have taken out that time from your busy schedule. And of course, I don't want to cut down the pre-submitted questions and the open forum where you have some questions for us. So I want to keep the 30 minutes at least reserved for that, where you can ask anything which you want to ask us. It is about me. I am FastTrack Senior Solution Architect at Microsoft. Been in this industry for 12 years. Here my some social media profile. I love to share my knowledge and experience with all of you. And as a result, that's why we are doing this. And I'm doing this on a monthly basis. A quick recap if some of you are new to this initiative. So last month we had a session about the expert topic, which was about part to become the solution architect, where we had Rakesh Darge, one of the MVP, who came here and shared his knowledge and experience around this topic. And I also talked about how do you prepare for the interviews in this Dynamics ecosystem. and then we had the open AMA session. So if you have missed out those things, we have the YouTube channel. There is a specific playlist where we have all the sessions recording. So feel free to go and visit and then watch those sessions if that is something which you are looking for. Some of the key resources I would, since a lot of people here are uh, already in Dynamics space or planning to transition in Dynamics space, there are certain things which we I have curated for all of you to start your journey in this ecosystem. So you can go ahead and look at these resources. GitHub is important because that is where I upload all the PowerPoints and things which we used in these sessions. So you can download it directly from there. Finally, so the expert topic, AI-driven ERP, how Copilot is changing the way the Dynamics 365 projects are executed now or in future, right? Now, for that, I could not think of a better person or the expert other than the Ragnar. Ragnar is one of the AI solution architect at Microsoft. He is a very vocal person on the LinkedIn community. If you see about the AI and the Copilot and overall like how AI is changing the way we are working today in all the business application landscape, not only in the Microsoft ecosystem, even on a broader aspect. And he has written a wonderful book recently, which is AI First Architecture. And I have read that book, at least the half book. I have gone through the book, and it is really, really great resource that how as a solution architect, right, or how uh, uh, as a leader in any organization, you should think about your future architecture for your ERP implementation and what you should keep in mind, how you should have those building blocks, right, has been explained very, very clearly and very in a very nice way. So thank you, Ragnar, and Ragnar has given that book to me. So thank you for giving me the chance to just have that copy of your book, and then I mean, it has definitely enhanced my knowledge from the architecture perspective in this AI era, right? So with that, I think I'll stop my monologue till now, whatever I have said. So now, Ragnar, over to you. Maybe you can introduce yourself, take the screen. You can share your screen and take from here that for the today's topic.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Saurabh. I'm going to start sharing my screen.
Yep.
So, do you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm very excited about this AMA. I was actually with Saurabh in London last month, and then we were talking how this is going. And in my view, especially with anything with AI or what we want to build new solution, it has to come from the community. And sharing that is one of the biggest passion even for me. So I'm excited to talk today, and thank you, Sarah, for the opportunity. And I want to set few boundaries here, which is I am not going to show the slide decks that Microsoft we used to do for what are the AI solutions or AI agents that we have, because those are all available. And I will share those links on LinkedIn later going forward. Today, I wanted to speak more on if you are interested in AI ERP architecture, if you are thinking of solutions, how do we go there? And like I mentioned, like Saurabh was talking to me, I am very interested in AI ERP as well as anything related to AI. Like he mentioned, I wrote my book on AI first enterprise architecture because as AI is coming, 3.5 years ago, I realized that that's where I need to spend most of my time, and I started working. And I learn a lot by sharing. So for me, sharing is learning. So I come up with these ideas or something to learn more. And I'm a big proponent of taking all the things for you. And my focus here is also to explore AI native thinking, how we can bring that for you guys, and how I'm thinking, as well as how other colleagues within Microsoft as well as outside are thinking with these solutions. Today, you'll see some um, agents and how people are building solutions, not only in Microsoft, but at SAP, Oracle, and other places as well. And the idea behind that is not about talking about which company or which product. It's more about understanding the solution behind it. So I'm gonna share why we are here today. Especially mainly the AI ERP is evolving. ERP is evolving. We're gonna dive deep into the fundamental shift of why this is happening. We are talking about ERP systems. It's undergoing this massive AI-driven revolution. Microsoft is pushing it hard. Everyone else is also pushing hard. It's not just an upgrade. Some people will be thinking, is it adding an AI layer? We did this long time ago where we had a side chatbot and things. That's not what we are trying to do with when we say AI native ERP. So we'll look at all the big players, like I mentioned, SAP and others as well. So for me, why this matters is for me to get a real AI native solution, we have to elevate our people and team, and that's something me and Saurabh were talking, and few others within our team as well are talking. And we'll have some office hours in helping people become AI ERP solutions architects for ERP, AI ERP consultants for ERP, and things like that. So for me, this is important for me to share out loud through LinkedIn and other areas as well. And the opportunity is ahead of us. There are a lot of things that are happening. We recently started in investing in all of the MCP protocol, how we are leading that not only from Dataverse, but within Dynamics 365 itself. There are some amazing office hours by Jared Hall and few others that you should be able to join and try to learn more on how it is going. It's not just you're learning, but you're also shaping the future of how we are building the solution by sharing your expertise because you had that. Um, and in today's session, I'm also going to cover how AI ERP architects are changing, or AI ERP consultants are changing, and what skilling paths are available for you. And like Saurabh is doing here, I believe in the community. Like when I started 10 years ago or later, but last 5 years, I've been part of community where I've been asking questions and learning more through community than Microsoft learns sometimes. So I want to be part of that as well and share my share of things to the community. And I also believe this is a shared responsibility between all of us. So like this mentorship program, which is amazing, I'm also going to share some prompt catalogs and other things that we are building that you can see. And with AI, one of the things I know today we're talking about AI ERP. I actually built a whole portfolio of products and AI agents outside. And I started as under thing called rbuild.ai. And today, what we're talking, and if you want to learn about MCP, I've created a course there. And one of the goals there is when you go to learnbuild.ai, you will be able to see the course, and I'll explore that later in our talk. But this whole platform is built just by me, and this is the power of AI. You could be able to do all of this on your own. And to be honest, when Saurabh reached out, I was on vacation. I built most of this on the flight. So there was one question about offline agents and stuff as well. So we'll share, and then we'll jump into the thing and we'll go from there on. So one of the things is I don't want to say this is an unseen revolution because we have seen this everywhere. The market is actually speaking much louder than anyone has anticipated. By 2028, Gartner and other articles are already saying that 90% of ERP actions and it will be automated. There will be autonomous operation. Currently, we are around I think around 15% by 2028 is the goal within Microsoft and few others. But the market growth is what is going to drive that innovation as well. The reason to know this is when there is money, there is innovation that will happen. And that's something fascinating for me. And that's one of the key things I'm interested as well. And today, current AI integrations are around 15% in the market. By 2030, we are anticipating it to be 95%. With every ERP will have some kind of AI integration within that. And what does that mean is, which means by 2030 means by next couple of years, we all should be understanding and building solutions with that AI integration. And we are the core for getting that innovation actually become reality. So I'm excited that you guys are all joining here. I've seen few names I've known, but would love to say hi, or once we have questions after every couple of sections, I'm going to reach out to you guys. And like I mentioned, money is the one of the accelerator, but also companies are trying to compete for survival. That's also going to add that for you. And the momentum shift, we always said it's not about static records with Power Automate and other things. It's the same message, but adding Gen AI is what is going to bring much more momentum to this AI ERP going forward. Looking at the limitations and traditions, I'm going to talk a bit more in examples of what Microsoft solutions are, what SAP solutions we have, and things like that. The latency, rigidity, and silo data, these are things that we've been trying to tackle a lot from modernization already. But now with AI, it's going to be transformation. So same things we can use here and there, but the goal here is how do we get into the AI aspect of it? The three big players, at least in our view, what we are looking at. Microsoft is already invested a lot into Copilot ecosystem. We have integrated it into Dynamics 365. This isn't a feature anymore. It's being woven into all of our application fabric, including from data layers, right? So we are offering input, all the productivity boost and everything. We've seen around 70% productivity boost. So Microsoft is also building its own agentic OS and few other things. But we've launched A2A, agent to agent protocol. We also have MCP protocol, which I have a whole chapter next. I'm going to talk in detail. So we are leveraging all of that and helping ERP solutions to go from there. So it frees. One of the things that people ask me is, how are we even measuring that 70% or whatever we can say? It's not just doing tasks faster, it's actually changing the actual job that people are doing. So maybe fewer people are needed. It is about how do we change the number of people doing the things. For example, it's not about automating everything, but it's automating the really tedious stuff, like pulling reports together, checking the data across systems, drafting those first emails, or first things that we have done in the initial stages already have shown the value for us. But summarization is just one piece of the AI. The next piece is coming in the MCP layer. We are coming up with solutions there. And that's going to change everything for us. So I'm very excited to see where the solutions go. Currently, we have 13. I know we are working around the reliability and other things, but also AI is the worst it has been today, right? Tomorrow it's going to be better. And as humans, we are mostly thinking linear, but AI is very exponential. Before we know, within few days, everything will turn into a complete solution that we haven't even thought about. So that's the amazing thing about AI in the current age. Then also looking at SAP, they also have a very massive advantage. With almost 70% of their business or world's business runs on their systems. And their strategy revolves around Joule. So they have this, we have Copilot, they have Joule. And one of the things that they are trying to do is they are doing more as a bottom-up approach. So they are focusing on embedding intelligence directly into the existing business applications, often through standard features or other things that they're doing. And this is important even as Microsoft consultant and architect for us to know how they are building versus what we are looking at. We are actually leading the way with MCP and a few other things, but they're also embracing A2A protocol. For certain industries, it's going to be huge for them. They want to have something like intelligent invoice processing with payments that might be late or a few things like that. So they're building all of that already. So which is going to be fascinating because we can also learn and see what are the solutions that we can build and go forward. And Oracle has done something fun. They call touchless version. I'm very excited to see how that goes. I've looked at a couple of demos and on what they are doing. And I will also share a link to this website after the call. I have sources available for these things, so you can go and reach those sources and get connection to them. So this website will be available for you through the link as we go forward. And basically, what Oracle's trying to do is they want to do touchless, where they want to add three layers. The first one is touchless data entry. They want to capture data right at the source automatically. So for them, it helps them to not touch the data, and data is already available. The second one they have is the predictive insights. They use AI to enrich the data that they are bringing in. And the third one they call as connected action. So they have intelligent agents that complete the transaction from start to finish, which is a fascinating solution and design. I'm excited to learn and see how that will go. They have around 50 or so agents that I'm looking at, but you can look at the source and see how they are doing solutions versus. So I'm showing these three mostly not as a competition, but if we want to be AI architects and AI enterprise consultants, we need to know what different solutions are available. And different methodology gives different AI solutions. It's that's one of the new things that we need to start learning and adopting, is they will have different things to one. I will also share more of this, and you can go through them. The goal here is it's not about how much adoption we have today or yesterday, or we are hesitant today, but within a couple of months, things can change. And I'm very excited to see how this will impact when more customers want AI ERP solutions in their system while they're talking to you, either through pre-sales or existing customers coming back to you. So the next one I want to talk about is, what does AI enhanced ERP and what does AI native ERP mean? The solutions are going towards AI native ERP. This leads us to two terms here that we have. It often means AI is a layer when we say AI enhanced. What does it mean is we have a layer of AI on top of the application. Like how when we started, we had Copilot on the sidebar or other things. That was AI enhanced. We were enhancing our application using AI. And AI native ERP is built differently from the ground up. And that's what's happening across all the three major players. So machine learning and intelligent automation are woven into the DNA and the code itself directly. And that's what AI native ERP is going to AI native is going to be the new solution going forward. We are a bit far away from it because we need to teach AI everything about business processes, every code line, and everything in that. But AI is much faster to learn than you and I. So I'm very excited to see how that would go. And I also like analogies, and I was thinking about how do we think of analogies for this. So you consider this: your old ERP could be like an accountant who's brilliant and he can do a lot of recording every transaction, but it's also looking backwards in a way. With AI native ERP, what it is you have a visionary CFO. That CFO can constantly analyze, forecast, and also see trends live without having a report or anything. He could do it through his agent, and also provide strategic insights and other things there. So that's the back and forth between AI native ERP, how a CFO would work before versus now. So that's one of my ways of thinking how the solution would be different and going forward. And looking at some of the things, we already noticed there is a 12x increase in staff productivity, which means you don't have to be someone like, well, there was a video with Satya Nadella last couple of months ago where he speaks about he doesn't go to ERP or CRM anymore. He could just ask Copilot whatever information he needs through the agent. Before, you had to go ask someone, hey, can you send me a report? Oh, I'm missing this line item or this something. So you don't have to go back and forth again. That already reduces a lot of time. This frees up your finance team from high volume work. So you can do CFOs or your accounting team can do deep M&A analysis instead, or they can do a complex scenario planning and other things to get back the time and things like that. So the goal here is CFOs will get different time to spend on the actual places where humans are much better at understanding the logic and things of this is the direction I want to take, and I'm going to take responsibility for what the solution would be. And looking at examples, we had a couple of examples. I'm going to share some of them and link them to this link as well. There are a few examples where we looked at how supply chain adding that intelligence layer helped, and we also have looked at some of the leading cases from Microsoft, SAP, Oracle, and even Workday has done some HR and finance processing agents that are doing a lot of work, and that have been shown success in how those agents could help in ERP. Okay, I'll stop here and see if there is any question, if anyone has anything before I jump into MCP, because I think that concept will have good questions. So if anyone wants to have a question or something, feel free to unmute or say hi.
Hi, Ragnar.
Hi.
My name is Hanisha. I worked as a Dynamics consultant for nearly 6 years in Accenture, and right now I'm pursuing my MBA. So, one thing I want to know is what edge do Dynamics have over Oracle or SAP, like in this transition of AI?
Okay. So one of the things is, I think the biggest investment Microsoft has done after Azure Cloud is going to be OpenAI's investment, right? So we did that. But not only that, we have been trying to bring every entity. We speak about siloed systems, right? So what's happening in SAP or Oracle and other things now is you want to build an agent and you have to give its permissions and security, everything. What Microsoft has is we have connected CRM, we have connected ERP, we have connected to Teams, we have our Copilot Studio, our Power Automate. These are all kind of native within Microsoft. That's the biggest advantage, but that doesn't mean it's an advantage forever. The way AI solutions can work now is much faster. Before, we thought about grounding and security are going to be the key pillars for us. Security is still going to be one of the biggest leading force behind Microsoft, but other solutions have a lot more ERP experience and a lot more verticals in them. But Microsoft is catching up. But most importantly, I think Microsoft in my view, has better potential to become an AI native ERP compared to the other ones.
Thank you, Ragnar.
Yeah, and I'll see other answers as well if needed. But there is we really have an edge, but I don't want to sound like just Microsoft. I want you to think about, if you talk to a customer at the moment, what are they doing is they still want core ERP functions to work. Right? They're not going to move to Microsoft, or they're not going to move from Microsoft to SAP because it has AI. They still want to make sure their business processes are aligned with their business and strategy that they have. So still they are doing that, but some companies, they realize the pain points that they have are better to be fixed with AI than to fix through code or an ISO. Thank you.
Hey, hi Ragnar, my name is Sagar Shinde,
Hi,
and
Sagar.
recently I'm working from the Azure AI Foundry.
Yeah.
Just connect with the Copilot. Recently, I'm working from the blob storage to connect in AI Foundry, but I need to question how to connect with the Azure AI Foundry to Dynamic 365 Finance and Operation.
Okay. Couple things in Copilot. I can direct you to the link. I don't know the full problem there, but through Copilot Studio, you could select model. So I'm trying to understand: do you have your own model in Azure AI Foundry that you want to use through Copilot Studio? So if you want to connect to Microsoft Dynamics, it has to go through Copilot Studio.
Can you please mute yourself if you are not?
All good. So, Sagar, I think I can. You please reach out to me on LinkedIn. But I'm trying to understand: do you have a model that you have fine-tuned in Azure AI Foundry that you want to use to connect? Is that the direction you're going in?
Yes.
Okay, I
Actually,
understand.
this is a learning base. The company also, yeah.
Okay, so you
So
have to go through Copilot Studio.
my
I
sales
can show
wanted
you
that.
where it is as well later.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi,
Okay.
Ragnar. Myself, Maninder Gopal. I have one question on the prerequisite side. Do we really need unified development environment for a custom AI development, custom AI agent development?
So sorry, Manikand, I lost a couple of sentences in the beginning.
Yeah. Do we really need unified development environment for custom AI agent development?
No, we do not. The advance there are a couple of things, right? I can show a couple of other. Cloud AI has done this thing with financial services. They are actually targeting big financial firms and other things, and they are building all this. You don't need a unified thing to build it, but it requires a lot more AI architecture capacity and understanding of the whole thing for you. What Microsoft has capability is because we have Copilot Studio and we are opening up our MCP servers, as well as we have connectors to PowerPoint and CRM and all the things, it makes it easy to build the solution, but also it makes it easy to solve the problems that might occur. And if any of you have used Power Automate before, you know how easy good it is and bad it is as well, but that's the same scenario here. But if you are trying to build a complete solution outside of a unified thing, you have to bring in everything. And what I'm learning through MCP when we talk here, I'll share is we want to connect to SAP MCP, we want to connect to Oracle MCP, because every retail one or someone 3PL or something they have, but we still don't have enough people building right modeled MCP servers. But once it is done, I think there is a possibility. But at the moment, I believe we do not have that many members who are AI engineers and talented to understand both systems and build outside of a unified version. It's still hard in the
Okay,
unified
got it.
thing as well, but that's my view there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Saurabh, any question?
Yeah, I think very
Awesome.
interesting one. So there is one like user thinks that Copilot is not work in D365, make D365 run slow, how to close Copilot in D365. So that's a question from Andy, but yeah, I don't know, like you want
Yeah.
to answer
Yeah.
that or
Andy,
else I can possibly.
yeah. I think it's the performance thing, but if you want to go with that, Saurabh, you have real-time experience in that, I guess.
No, yeah, I mean, the one thing is, yeah, I mean that's really we I think we are at a very beginning stage as of now, Andy, right? So, and that is the biggest challenge. What you have mentioned, the users adoption, right? Uh, Disabling, enabling the Copilot is one part. You can simply uninstall the app if you don't want, right? That's a very simplest way of answering that. But in my opinion, if you have any performance issues, there can be a lot of different aspect to it. It potentially is not because of the Copilot as it is. There can be a lot of other factors for the performance. But if it is related to Copilot or AI feature, anything which you have enabled, I suggest you to always reach out to Microsoft because they are very actively, aggressively taking a lot of feedback around this area. And then you can see like what Ragnar is sharing, like it is the major focus right now. So if you think that any capability, be it Copilot related or any inbuilt AI capability which Microsoft Dynamics has, and you think that it is slowing down the performance, right, of your existing business processes which you have built, I suggest you to reach out to Microsoft for sure because there are different factors to it. It is not a very straightforward answer. To disable, I think very simple answer is you can disable the feature, install the app from the Power Platform admin center. But I think that's not the solution for sure. We want you to use that, So if there is a problem you are facing, then definitely reach out to Microsoft for that.
Thank you.
Saurabh, I just on top of that, I want to add one more question from your point. Do we have any relevant email from Microsoft to reach out in case of any Copilot related issues, or do we have any separate community for it, or we have to use our existing community portal for reaching out to Microsoft for any help?
I think it is, I mean, if you're working on a customer project, it should be the support case, the CSS team, definitely.
Okay.
And there you should select the right category, in my opinion. That should be the best way. Any missing features and capability which you already know is the idea portal. But nowadays, a lot of things are happening around. If you are the key partner or key customer, there are a lot of different initiative like office hours for the Copilot agents and things which Microsoft is parallelly organizing in the MVP community, in the Dynamics community. So those are also very good platform where you can provide your feedback, which reaches more effectively to the Microsoft, right? So office hours, MVP communities, and if you are a key partner or customer, they do have different forums for them to take the early feedback, like a preview programs and so on. So definitely you can provide the feedback that, but traditional channels are also equally effective for these issues.
Mhm. We are also going to start an
Yeah, thank you.
agents office hour soon. So that is also coming up. I think that could be a venue as well. But you could always reach us and then we'll see if we can help, but not for every question. But thanks, Manikan. So I also see a question from Christina. Christina, I actually have seen your question a couple times. There is a solution we are working with one of the customers now along that. But I also have a few more things about that I can share with you that I can guide you through and see. I actually made a point to make sure we can answer that question for you. Um, and it's also something I was also very interested in because that was one of the solutions that I was thinking is continuous month-end closing. How does it work and things? So I'll share more on that as I move into my direction. Um, Awesome. So let me start by saying I think MCP is something that we have been hearing a lot now. The goal here is it standardizes how we use it. And one of the things I've noticed is think of MCP as a USB or whatever. We've seen that a lot. So I actually don't want to jump too much into this because I have a couple ways I thought I could share with you guys. I actually have done a whole course here. So if you want to learn more about that MCP, there is a way as well. So if you go to rbuild.ai and then in the Learn portal, one of the things that I've done was I looked at MCP basics for enterprise because as I'm learning and building these, even I had to learn a lot of this. So you could actually go and learn about MCP through how we are building this. But more importantly, I also made a video before but actually, there are a lot of things here that will help you to like understand and learn about MCP and understand the concept first. And the goal there is once you know this structure and this idea, what it does is it helps you to actually request right solutions from Microsoft itself, or even build your own solutions. So I'll share this link later as well. But that's something I have built. It's free for everyone. You don't need to you don't need to buy or anything there. So this is a free course that I'm trying to build. And the goal for me was I keep getting scattered every time I learn something. So this is mostly for me to put everything I want to remember in one place. In the same way, Christina, as you requested your question, I also wrote a whole chapter along this on month-end closing, how we have seen couple solutions that actually are working for the question you are trying to do, and then we are trying to build something much more advanced in a way that we want to bring. But also we decided how can we even help someone who they want to build what we can do to help you finish and build that solution yourself through Copilot Studio if needed. But this is something I'm excited to like share more and learn as well. So I'm excited to see where this solution is going. But as soon as I see some kind of a public preview or something that we can share about this, I'm happy to let you know, Christina. So jumping back to MCP, one of the
And
key things, sorry.
yeah, Ragnar, I mean, I just wanted to add on that part. So there is a feature which is in plan for the month closing process, based on all your autonomous this agents and things, which I mean, in maybe a few months' time, Christine, you would see there would be an announcement around that. So Microsoft is working on that capability. There will be, you have a existing workspace for month closing. There would be an enhanced version, AI enabled version of that, which will automatically run your automatic, like you see the reconciliation one is one of the key component of that. Similar to that, there would be different processes behind that, different agents behind that, which will make your month closing process more efficient, give you the different suggestions to take right actions and all so on. So it's too early to comment that what name of that feature would be or thing, but in few months time, definitely you will hear from Microsoft around that specific capability. Go ahead. Sorry.
I also saw Saurabh Jain has asked a question. Yes, you can, but there are some limitations. Please look for what the limitations are. You cannot update all. It's same as if you are building a SaaS application. There are certain things we cannot let you write, but most of the functionality, if you could build, you should be able to do that with agents. And there are some amazing solutions people are bringing up and building some agents through Copilot Studio and using the Dataverse and not even using virtual entities. There is this orchestration layer that's coming up, and that's a new solution that they are doing. Um, and it comes to the same thing here is what does MCP actually mean is this is a technology or like we started implementing and we started using, and in my view this is going to stay for a long time. And the best thing about this is contextual orchestration is the key thing that is what actually led this to be successful. And we are also seeing all the contextual engineering and prompting and other things are keywords that are coming up through AI now. But the goal was what MCP can do is with one protocol, you should be able to connect all of your entities or modules or different ERP systems to come and communicate and talk to your agent easily. And this agent could be any agent. But the ideal solution for us is going to be Copilot Studio because previously we used to call connectors or something, but now we have the MCP for Dynamics 365 built in. It's easy to connect with Copilot Studio and build your agent from there. So your agent should be able to do that. And I will also share a couple of examples in terms of what we can do in a video coming soon. I actually am working on it for a while now, but we've been testing to see if it's even possible before I share something as a video. But that's going to come with some new solutions there. And the key thing I want to share about the MCP is it's the mind shift. I think we need to start thinking, how do we come from individual tools to bringing one tool that can do most of it? And when we say MCP, it doesn't mean it has only one tool. It could have n number of tools as well. The goal was always to see how do we have one connection instead of 10 through one. So now you only connect to one MCP server and it could have n number of tools. But more than tools, one of the things MCP has the biggest power is a user does not have to talk about their question like a code language anymore. What they could do is, I actually shared this video a long time ago. One of the applications I was trying to build was around users should be able to ask in a natural language. What does MCP have behind the scenes is it has the capability of taking your question and adding context to it. So it will add the context to it based on your question, and it will take that context and then it will also understand what tools do I have. I have a tool to go query. I have a tool to go search the knowledge. I have a tool to run the analysis. I have a tool to create the records. So when we say MCP, it's composing of all the prompts, all the tools that it has. And then from there, MCP will actually take your query that is in natural language and convert it into JSON or C Sharp or whatever SDKs that we are implementing, as well as other people will be implementing. The other beautiful thing about this is if we are using a C Sharp SDK or for Microsoft, and SAP has something else, they have their own MCP. Your language is still going to be natural language, and behind the scenes, your tool will be able to go ahead and convert that into a context-aware thing, so your agent understands what you're asking from that. Okay. Any questions on that MCP? So I see a couple came up. Let me see. Okay, Christian. The question about direct debit, direct credit, there are a lot of agents. I don't know the exact names now that are going to come soon. Saurabh, if you know them on top of your head, that's great. But I don't think we are doing them as individual agents for these.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I said. Like, and I think one of
Oh,
the things
yeah.
which I wanted to touch upon is, see, we need to possibly segregate the use cases, that what is the automation use case and what is the agentic use case, right? If we say, I want to create automatically direct debit, credit payment journals or something, right? I think that's you need to understand it's a possibly automation use case which you have been doing for a long time. Every customer has been doing to solve their problems in a one or different way, right? But what agentic capability you want to bring into that is the key thing. That what do you think that Gen AI and other different AI model can help you on top of that, right? On top of that automation is one of the key thing to think about. And just to answer that, is there currently anything exist? There is nothing for now, but in future there would be a lot of agents coming in, and those agents would be possibly not specific to say creation of a payment journal or something. It would be a more broader, I think, a more broader area specific agents. For example, if you say the payments manage or treasury management or treasury automation or something like that, right? There would be something in that area rather than automating a one single problem of direct debit or direct credit in this example, right? And just to let everyone know, right, as of now, if you are specifically asking in Dynamics 365 in finance or supply chain, there are some first party agents which are out there, but those are not many as of now. There are only, if I remember correctly, there are 5 to 6 agents which are there in each domain. Like finance has one called as reconciliation agent, supplier communication agent, time and expense agent. So these are the onboarding agent in the HR side. These are the only out of the box agent which you have it. Having said that, next 1 year or 6 months, you would see a lot of more coming in because the base has been set up. The Microsoft started thinking about that, but they are also encouraging all of us to build our own agent, right? So the Microsoft cannot build the agent for everything, right? It's our, so it is something like you have got a capability of or flexibility of customizing your ERP based on customer need. Similar thing goes for the agents. There are some first party agents, but if you think your customer, your project, or your organization has industry specific problem to solve, Microsoft is welcoming those ideas and encouraging all the partners to build their agent, and they can build the industry specific agents and go to the market and sell it to the customers. So that's one of the thing which is always encouraged from the Microsoft side. And definitely they are not going to build a lot of agent. Microsoft is not going to build for you, right? They give you the platform. And that is where one of the quote I remember from Satya is that the Copilot Studio is democratizing the way of building the agent for the community, partners, and everyone, right? So they have given you the tool. Now you are free to build your own agent, your own use cases, everything.
Yeah. And the whole session today is also about that. It's about how do we think about these agents? Because, like Saurabh said, one of the things we were going to touch base here was like, we have these agents, right? It's mostly for you to understand what is the possibility out of the box. And if you join our calls through that we have on MCP office hours or agent office hours, one of the things you realize is there are a lot of people building them. But my goal here was to mostly come in and say, it's possible for us to build these things. And one of the video I'm making is around how do I build an MCP server and connect it with the solution that I want to build around supply chain mostly for me. But the goal here was, like I mentioned, I know I'm running slow here, Sarah, but the goal was we really want to help and understand how we are going to get this ecosystem, right? So the agent ecosystem is going to be coming from data foundation. That's where Microsoft has realized, okay, I'm going to open up Dataverse MCP for you, right? So you have Dataverse availability. You can go and build agents using the Dataverse and get the actions done. We also have A2A protocol. So if you're talking to a vendor and they have their agent, how you can create your agent that can go talk to the vendor's agent and then get the action done. So that's one other way that you can think about. And below that is what we are looking at, this supply chain HR agent. And like Saurabh mentioned here, we want to democratize more of this so you get connected to our data and our code in the backend. So through right protocols and right ways or right permissions that we want to maintain. And that's what's going to help us to like build that one. And preparing for the shift starts with data foundation and also thinking about that integrated architecture with AI. How do you build that? And most importantly, security as well. And one of the questions I always got was, does this mean ISVs are gone? In my view, and also the way we are working with ISV partners and others now, is ISVs will become much more important now. Their offerings will be much more specialized through the verticals, as well as they're also getting into pre-built agent capabilities. They're trying to come up with more agents that are going to come. And the roadmap is very clear from our view, and my personal view as well is 2025, we are just building the foundation. We just started, and sometimes it's hard to think ChatGPT was not there 2 years ago, right? Or even MCP was not there before last November. MCP just started in last January when everyone started widespread adoption. So, but the goal is, as we are all here, I think we are 45 members or something, we are all trying to be those experts by 2027. So we are all leading the way already by coming and thinking about this adoption and also looking at solutions. So that's what that was one of my goals here, was like, it's not about talking just what the agent does, but also see how you can go and build your own agent going forward. And also, before we even build agents, as we are talking about ERP, there are a couple of things that we are noticing from our end. I work mostly with pre-sales. I work with helping our sellers win new customers, our ISD team win new customers, provide offers and things. There are different things happening. This is same like before, but we are also noticing with AI coming in, the surround strategy is coming in with AI capabilities as well, because companies need our Copilot Studio. Companies are trying to come up with, I want to put their data on our Dataverse, because Dataverse is our Azure data is always going to be semantically indexed. And what it does is it helps faster use of AI. So if you want to use AI, your data has to be semantic indexed very fast. And that's what Azure capabilities are. And we're looking at surround strategy. We're also looking at these two-tier strategies where subsidiaries are using Dynamics 365 because they are thinking this layered solution like agent-to-agent solution or MCP solutions where I was talking is, so their headquarters could be any ERP solution, but subsidiaries are all coming with Dynamics because they're looking at AI capability through Copilot Studio that they can send orders and automate a lot of their things using AI. So the two-tier strategy is working great for us with AI ERP in the mind. And we're also looking at full replacements. There are some big companies that we have won recently. If you have seen Caterpillar, a few others, huge deals that we are winning, full replacement strategy is also in place. But for next gen AI ERP, it's a bigger program and it's a bigger project, but the payoff is way higher than surround or replace strategy. So these are the few things that are happening. So if you're a consultant and an architect, you should be able to look for these projects and see how can I bring in AI into those kind of projects and bring them there. And when I share this website, you can go deep into other things as well. And the professional side is what I want to touch base. I know sort of 10 minutes. Is that okay?
No, absolutely fine, Ragnar. And that's what I said today. The second segment, I'm gonna skip today. So we still have you can go for at least 20 minutes now. So
Okay.
all yours.
10, 15 is good. So I want to talk about this professional. I think there was a great question from someone. How does this deal with me as an architect or a solutions consultant or something? So one of the things is the impact is not only at the C level, it's actually in the back office as well. And there are certain things I already mentioned, the traditional CEO versus AI native CFO. So they are mostly doing the live forecasting. They are looking at precision capital allocation. They are spending time on the things that they need. But also there are new roles that are emerging, which is financial AI engineer and also AI audit specialist and prompts op for finance. These are the three new roles that I've seen recently emerging within industries as well as within different companies. Cloud has introduced financial AI engineer, and Cloud's the one who introduced MCP as well. These names could be different, but the concept is very clear. There are new roles that are emerging. And as an already existing consultant or an architect with subject matter expertise in ERP, you are much more likely to become that AI engineer learning about AI and things. So if you are passionate or learning, or if you are investing time in AI, there are these new roles that are emerging, and you could lead the way by investing yourself into building these AI agents and stuff. And the other one is in the back office as well. AI is turning that very clearly. We are getting intelligent document processing, not just OCR, but there are a lot more things that are happening. They are able to understand and take actions. We are able to do a lot more process mining with all of this. So there are different roles that will be coming up to help you, but also reshaping the industry. In retail, we are also increasing, reducing the forecasting delays and other things much faster now. And one of the solutions I can say is I worked for a company called company who's like Northern Tool Equipment. And one of the biggest things that for them is every time there is a natural calamity or something, they always have to predict and maintain orders and restock and things do. Now with AI, they have actually looking at solutions that can integrate weather patterns, integrate current situations that are happening. They can take all of the data and it's actually indicating our ERP system through an agent saying, this is the predictions that we are thinking, this is what I'm monitoring. But also, if you are doing retail, one of the other things is if you ran a marketing campaign, you can see the surge in your order statuses. That doesn't mean you should be increasing production. So those are the analysis and the alerts and actions that are happening through AI in the backend. And also one of the things that question was about functional consultants, right? So it's not going to be the functional consultants. You'll become much more of a RAG kind of a role. This is my way of thinking. Basically, you're going to bring in using right agents and stuff is going to help any consultant to lead the way and get things faster. There are some amazing examples and agents that we have built, and I'll share them in a post coming soon. I'm just waiting on what are the things I can share and what I cannot share. And in terms of data fetcher, company policy, there are a lot of areas where you can actually use your AI knowledge as well as your subject matter expertise to elevate your role in current role you are in. And funniest thing is, even myself, I'm an ERP solutions architect, but I'm trying to become an ERP solutions architect just by learning about AI. And this is like one of the first times where I'm not competing with someone who has 10 more years experience in AI than me. We are all starting at the same stage and same step now. So that is an amazing thing for all of you who are interested in elevating your professional career or building something using AI going forward. And also the contextual thing, we spoke about the context thing. This is also very important for us to understand how you are using context, what kind of agents you are trying to build and shape. And one of the questions someone asks, what kind of agents do I need to build? I think you need to start just by building agents. And also start learning A2A protocol, MCP protocol. There doesn't have to be dynamic solutions. That's one of the key things I say is these protocols are standard protocols that are happening. So don't wait for an MCP for Dynamics 365 solution or an A2A solutions for Dynamics 365. Understanding those core things and having that context is going to be very helpful for you as well as myself. I'm learning very clearly on how to win that. And also for architects, to architect something, data is still the first priority. The data quality is the first key thing. When we are building agents internally and myself building agents outside, the first thing I do is data cleanup still. So how can you do that faster? How can you use AI to test the data and things like that had been key. And planning your hybrid environments and looking at enterprise grade and other things like that. And also the rise of ISVs in AI agent era. There is going to be a lot more ISVs. And I was in one of the conferences recently with Azure, where ISVs actually have much better solutions now because they could just build an MCP that will work with different systems. They don't have to build a different connector for Microsoft, different connector for SAP, different connector for FedEx. They could build a solution that can contextually understand and write the code based on where they are. Okay, let's go. Um, and also, I will share the link as soon as I finish my few minutes here. The trend is very clear. These are all from Gartner articles and few others. Really, if you are trying to look for, I'm really looking for my career in 2030 or what I'm going to build solutions, as well as what is exciting for me to think about 2028 or 2030. And these are the key things, at least for now. But I'm looking forward to other things that are coming so you can understand and which industries will have what kind of support and solution. Healthcare is going to have the most impact going forward with AI, not through ERP, but AI is going to change a lot more, and even ERP solutions will be helping a lot more there. So by that, I'll just stop here. I'll share a couple things, Saurabh, on the side of what I have shared with them. I actually built someone asked actually one last question I want to answer was someone asked us, "Hey Ragnar, how can we have an AI solution that is offline?" And it's actually a great question in multiple ways. I know a lot of our retail customers who run few things offline as well. And the goal there is the answer is yes, but it's very limited. And I actually wrote a full article somewhere, but the goal is it is possible for you to run something offline, but there are these small models that will do it. So we have 5.3 model from Microsoft, and we have few other things. And the goal there is if you want to do those, that's the only solution you have. And it's very limited, but you still could run some of these agents locally. Azure AI Foundry has these models that you can install, but also you need to have your I don't know what kind of AI like NVIDIA or what kind of GPUs that you're using. Those are going to be key for you to get there. But I'm going to share a response back. But I made a video called Small Language Models, and that video is going to cover that topic for you. But I'll share that one after the call, Saurabh, or during when we talk again. So, but that's all from me, and I'll look forward to some questions.
Thank you so much, Ragnar. It was really, really, really insightful, and I think hopefully for other people as well, it helped like to understand at least what AI is bringing in this whole ecosystem, and what are the at least the key starting points you have for if you are a consultant or if you are an architect, right? And how you can think of building the agents and where do you start, right? So thank you so much for that. Now, what we can do is that we have some pre-submitted questions, but also we can open the forum for people to ask the questions.